So today what I'm going to teach you is how to get as many clients as you possibly want. And this is how we're getting sales every day. We're getting hundreds of client sales calls booked in every month, completely organically. We actually don't pay for it. I think we've paid about $20 for YouTube ads this month. And if you want to make more money with your agency, if you want to scale it, if you want to get more clients in, if you want to get more sales, if you want to figure out exactly what you need to do to get as many clients as you possibly can, and this works whether you're a brand new agency or whether you're a seven-figure agency, then make sure you keep watching because I can guarantee this video is going to help you in some way and it's going to give you a lot of clarity. So what I'm going to show you today is exactly how we're generating 5 to 10 sales calls every single day for our agency and how you can do the same and implement the exact same systems. Now, basically, what we're trying to figure out with our agency is the actions we need to take to get the results that we want. All right. So you have to look at your business, your agency, like a machine where if you plug in the right systems, if you have the right recipe, then you're going to get the results that you need. And this is what I've noticed is that if I observe exactly which activities are bringing in the leads that I need, then I can just scale it up and do more of it. I can do more of it. I can do better. I can stop wasting my time with stuff that doesn't work. So essentially what we've got in this diagram right here are the actions to get the results. And then that funnels back into our actions as feedback so that we can figure out what other actions we need to take to achieve more results. So I've actually created this spreadsheet right here where you can track every single day all the marketing channels that you have and your KPIs for each of them, right? Essentially, what you're trying to figure out here is which inputs will get you the outputs that you need. So you've got the input section right over here and you've got the output section right over here. Now, why is that important? Simply because then you can figure out, okay, if I want to achieve, say, 3 new sales calls per day, what do I need to do? What needs to happen? And each of these columns right here is a different sales activity that you can do to generate more leads. Now, you can add as many or as little as you want. Maybe you just want to start off with one marketing channel and gradually build it up. You can see that I've been doing this for 7 years, and that's why we've got a ridiculous number of sales channels right here. But as we build up a bigger team, as we get better at doing this, we achieve more, right? So you can see that we actually have 24 different activities right here to get the results that we want. Now, how is this going to help you? How is this going to help you scale? Well, whether you're a brand new agency, whether you're starting out from scratch, or whether you've actually got an agency that's, say, going from 6 to 7 figures, or even if you're at the point where you're making 7 figures and you want to scale like I do, this system right here works and it's completely free. I can guarantee if you just use it every single day and you scale it up, it will get you more sales, it will get you more clients, it will get you more results, it will get you more calls booked in, which leads to more sales, etc. So essentially, the question you probably have is how to grow your agency, how to make more money with your agency. There's 2 ways to do that. Keep clients longer, which is a totally different topic for another time, basically customer retention. And then the other option is get more new clients. Very simple. I mean, even if you just keep the same amount of clients and then you add 1 or 2 more each month, you're going to grow. This links back to our cause and effect diagram right here, right? Actions, keep clients, get more equals more growth, which then tells you exactly what you need to do next time to keep scaling. So to get more new clients, it's very, very simple. And this is an Alex Hormozi framework that totally changed everything that I know about marketing. I think we have this tendency to overcomplicate everything, make everything more difficult than it actually needs to be. Basically, we just need to focus on 3 things. So, number 1, we can do more. What do I mean by doing more? So, for example, we could do more YouTube videos, or we could do more tweets, or we could send out more emails, etc. We can basically scale up exactly what we're doing to get more results from that particular channel and squeeze more out of it. Next up, we can do better. So, for example, with YouTube, I could create better quality videos. I could increase the quality. I could get a better script writer. I could make the stories that I tell inside my videos crazier and basically do everything that I'm doing still, but make it better than it was previously. 2 easy ways to scale up the marketing that we're doing. The final step is to actually focus on new. So, for example, if I'm only doing YouTube to market my agency, well, I could look at new channels. Maybe that's LinkedIn, maybe that's Twitter, maybe that's email outreach, maybe that's cold calling, etc. There's all these different opportunities. And that's basically it. That's how you scale marketing. YouTube video done, right? That's essentially what we're doing here. Is inside this template right here, we've got all the activities that we can do, and we're trying to measure what inputs we need to do, what sort of recipe we need to create to get the outputs that we want. And then once I figure out what's working, I can easily give it to my team. So for example, Joyce, who's an admin on my team, she can handle warm outreach emails for me. I'm not going to do that myself because I need some leverage and I need to save a lot of time. I don't have much time as an agency owner. And then I can figure out, right, how much of this warm outreach do I need to do to get the outputs that I need? How many proposals on Upwork do I need to send to get more clients in? And can I max that out? So, for example, my team is responsible for sending 50 warm outreach messages every day and 50 Upwork proposals every day. And then all you do every single day, you can see the date, is you fill out this spreadsheet as you go along for the day. And that's basically it. That's the tracker that we use to get as many clients as we want. Now, you might also find that if you eliminate some of these channels, maybe you're overworked, or maybe your team's too big, or maybe you're just not getting results even though you're doing more marketing, you can actually delete some of these channels. So you can say, right, I don't like that. I don't like this. Let's delete them. Now, it's very important that not only do you track the inputs, so all the activity that you're doing to get the volume of results that you need, but you also want to track how many outputs you're getting. So for me, if I'm doing all of this, I want to know that we're getting sales calls and I want to know exactly where those sales calls come from. So each day, what I'll have my team do is measure how many sales calls we get, which channels they come from, how many actual sales we convert out of the sales calls that we get. So they're two of the main outputs. And then the final output that I measure is what are my team's conversion rates, right? So for example, if I see John Smith on my team, and last month he had a 40% conversion rate, and then suddenly that drops down to 20%, then all of a sudden, because I'm getting 50% less conversions on the sales calls that are actually coming in, then either we have to retrain John and get him back to where he needs to be, or unfortunately, we need to get twice as many leads in. And that's why you always want to track your conversion rates, because if you don't track your sales conversion rates across all the calls that you do, then the number of sales calls required to get more sales is actually going to increase or could change dramatically. And essentially for your team, you always want to keep them very focused on the sales conversion rates. Now, it might start off for like 10%, and then it might move to 15, 20%, etc. in month 2, month 3, month 4. It should be gradually increasing all the time because they're converting those old leads. Plus, they get more clients in. And what I'm going to do inside my free course is actually give you these daily inputs and outputs so that you can customize it, make a copy of the spreadsheet, and fill in all of the sales channels that you want. Now, you might say, I don't have time to do all of that. And if that's the case, you just focus on the highest leverage things you can do. So maybe that's warm outreach, or maybe that's approaching warm leads on Upwork. And then you just delete the rest, or you gradually add them back in once you have the time. Or you might say, forget it, Julian, I want to make more money than you. And therefore, I'm going to add more inputs than you are doing to get better results than you. And so that's basically the 3-stage process to get as many leads and as many clients and as many sales as you possibly want. So in this process right here, you focus on getting more clients. Then you make sure you implement the framework of more, new, and better. And from there, you record the inputs and outputs to grow your agency. And when you're recording these outputs, you might say, I'm doing all of this, but I'm not getting enough sales calls in. Well, then what I would say here is that for the sales calls you actually do get, so for example, let's say 80% of your leads come from YouTube, well, then you would eliminate the rest because they're not bringing any calls in for you. Double down on YouTube and do more of the channels that are bringing your agency leads and just increase the volume. But then you might say, well, I'm bringing all these sales calls in, but they're not converting into sales. And if you're not getting enough sales, here's what I would say. Number one, you can pre-qualify the leads that you get when they book a call. So for example, a client books in a call with us, they click the book your free strategy session, fill in the details, and they actually have to qualify in terms of how much money they're willing to spend each month before they can book in a call with us, which means that we don't waste our time with unqualified calls that aren't going to convert, and that leads to a poor conversion rate. Otherwise, you can focus on improving your team's conversion rates. I'll come on to that in a second. Or you can get even more leads and sales calls booked in. How do you get more sales calls booked in? You go back to stage 1, which is do more of the channels bring your agency clients and eliminate the ones that aren't. Or do more, better, and new marketing channels. See stage 2. Now, eventually, with your agency, you might be at a point where you're getting enough leads, plenty of sales calls booked in, let's say between 3 and 5 per day, and they're all qualified. You're getting some sales in, but your team's sales conversion rates are not high enough. And what I would say here is I might do a whole new video on this in the future, but essentially, number one, I would highly recommend watching back your team's calls. And if you're saying, I don't know how to watch back my team's calls, then always make sure you're recording them. You can use a free software like Fathom, for example, which is an AI translator, and basically just coach them and improve them along the way. Like I said before, your team's conversion rates might start off really low because they're just getting used to it. They haven't closed many old clients. They haven't got a big pipeline yet. But month 1, month 2, month 3, etc., they should be getting a higher and higher conversion rate. And the standard for that should always be improving in your agencies, so that as you get more leads in and as you get more sales in, your sales conversion rates are also increasing along the way. And that's how you scale and achieve growth to get as many clients as you possibly need. So thanks so much for watching. That is exactly how to get as many clients as you possibly want in 3 simple steps. As you can see, with this process right here, you can focus on getting more clients. We might do retention in the future. Then you've got Alex Hormozi's framework of how to do more, new, and better. And finally, whether you want to get more leads, more sales, or more conversion rates, you just follow this very simple 3-step process. I'm going to give you the template and this video inside my free course. Links in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.